What's up, Capricorns? Welcome to your March love reading. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus of Capricorn. Yeah, if you guys are curious about what's going on, generally speaking, as far as like career, finances, just overall well-being, please check out my general March reading. I will put the link in the description box below. But that'll give you some more insight or answer some more questions or whatever. But this is a general reading, don't forget. So everything may not resonate. If it doesn't, I definitely invite you to check out your rising and your Venus especially, but also your moon if, whatever. I just feel more connected to rising and Venus in terms of these types of things. But yeah, just throw that out there. I'm going to pull cards first and then we'll discuss later. So let's do it. Okay. Starting off, 10 of Pentacles, cute. Followed by the Ace of Wands. Beautiful so far. This is like really good beginnings with your family and love and stuff. Okay. I see you, Cap. I see you. Okay, let's pull out another. 7 of Swords. Now things get a little interesting. The Star. Okay. Death card for your past. Definitely going through a transition. Coming out of that transition. Chariot. Beautiful. Queen of Cups. Two of Swords. Three of Pentacles. And Page of Pentacles as your outcome. Bottom of the deck, we've got Queen of Swords. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Which I can tell you right now, I feel like that's more in terms of, because you guys got the 7 swords. I don't want to go into too much. Well, it's just, you guys got the 7 of Swords as what you're striving for, and 7 of Swords is like not a desirable thing to strive for. I mean, this is a theft, or a thief. This is someone who's like sneaky. But I feel like what Spirit's telling you is to not be that person. Kind of open up and communicate more, which is where this is. I feel like coming in, because I actually feel like you guys have a lot of really good things around you, but it's going to take your communication. If that makes sense. It's like you guys have some really good things, but you're going to have to speak up because closed mouths don't get fed. I'm going to pull 3 of these. Separation. Okay. Give your romance or give your relationship a chance. New love. Okay. Cute. All right. Let's get into this. Before I do, we've got 1, 2, 3. 3 major arcanas. An ace. queen, two queens, technically. Okay, we've got some good things. Let's just get into this. Okay, so Queen of Swords, bottom of the deck, right? Queen of Swords, this is air energy. This is really communicative energy. This is someone who's no bullshit. You don't bullshit her, you don't lie to her, you just do not, right? This is someone who wants direct communication. She's loving and she knows how to do it in a loving way. She knows how to balance out that masculinity with the feminine energy that she already possesses, but she means business, right? So, and she seeks to get clarity. So I really feel like you guys have a lot of good things coming up. But this is definitely a month where, like I said, you're gonna have to put on your big girl panties and have communication. Maybe some that are not going to be things that you like, but I feel like the way to succeed in love this month is to really be communicative and really kind of take on that Queen of Swords energy. Or you could be dealing with air sign too. So that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But let's move on. Okay, so overall, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is beautiful. This is all about, you know, abundance, and not just abundance of in money. This is in terms of family. This is like overall, we're happy life, right? You've got all these pentacles. You've got the damn family back here, their dog, the kid. Like this is an all around good home life situation. This is an abundant situation. This is you really feeling in your power because you guys are earth energy. So this is you guys feeling the you, right? Or at least feeling like your home situation, your life situation, your love situation is. It's like really good, feeling like you just, you know, you're fulfilled, right? With that, you got the Ace of Wands. So I definitely feel like this is supporting this beginning. So this could be something that's new, something new that you're working on, like a new relationship with people, a new person or something, but it's something that you're very passionate about because it's the Ace of Wands. And wands are all about passion. They're all about, you know, they can go hand in hand with you guys in terms of career and things that, you know, like career finance type things. But really, like, I just see you guys have a really new, passionate beginning. It can be with a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. But overall, just the energy is you guys are really right now in a space where you're working towards that ten of Pentacles energy and feeling complete, whether it's, you know, through your finances, with your family, with your lover. And I feel like you guys are really, you know, if it's someone you've already been dealing with, I feel like you guys are putting some things into play where you're spicing it up and making it new again, making it fun again, right? With this phallic like object here. But this is a really good way to start your love reading, I can tell you that, right? With that, let's go back to the Seven of Swords. So this is what to strive for. Obviously, we don't strive for this because this is bullshit. We don't want to be sneaky. We don't want to be conniving. We don't want to be that person stealing from people. And I feel like that's what it's saying, like not to be this person with these new beginnings, with this new relationship, or even if it's not new, with this new spin that you're putting on it. Because I definitely feel like, again, for those of you who are already in relationships, I feel like you're adding some newness in some type of way. So this could be incorporating date nights, maybe, you know, spicing things up in the bedroom, maybe, you know, maybe you guys are doing some projects together that you guys are both really passionate about. But I feel like this is what this is saying is like, don't run away with your thoughts. Don't keep your communication to yourself and just let it fester and do all that little crazy stuff it can do. I feel like you're supposed to really be open this month and kind of be direct and more communicative, right? So we're not striving to be this person. We're actually striving to do the exact opposite and to use our voice and to use our power when it comes to this new relationship because you've got some great things, right? So you got the healing card, right? The star is all about healing. It's all about coming to your own and feeling like you are the star and feeling like you are the one. I feel like with all the success that it seems like you're getting in your love life, and again, I feel like it's financially too. I feel like this is saying, you know, don't let it go to your head because this is our cop out card. This is in our lower cop out section. So obviously the star is a desirable card for any kind of reading, but when we're getting it in this position, it's almost like it's saying, don't let this shit go to your head. right? Like, don't, yes, you are the star and yes, you got it, but don't get big headed. Don't do too much. And also, I feel like it's saying too, don't worry don't worry about the past. Because in the past, you guys went through a huge transformation. And I feel like that's what led you to this happy place. It's like you guys have done the work of cutting out the things that you're not supposed to be dealing with, the people you're not supposed to be dealing with, the situations you're not supposed to be dealing with. And, you're coming out and you're in this healing phase, but it's like, in your healing phase, don't be too focused on the past because the past is the past and let it be in the past. With that, see your success, feel your success, feel great about yourself, but also don't get big headed, right? Because in the near future, we've got the Chariot. So this could be a Cancer coming into your life. But really, the energy that it's talking about is just really success and moving forward, right? There's a good amount of balance with the Chariot, right? Because the Chariot would not work if one of the Sphinxes went out and they had to just pull one, right? It takes two. And also, you've got the black and the white, the yin and the yang. It's just really about having that good balance and moving forward successfully. And I feel like this is a really good place for you guys to be in terms of relationship. And I feel like where you guys are right now in terms of this Ace of Wands energy and this Ten of Pentacles energy, I feel like it supports your future, which is beautiful. It looks like coming out of the Death into the Ace of Wands, into the Ten of Pentacles, into the Chariot. It's like it's flowing the way it should, right? Which is really good for you guys because it's really important that things make sense. It's really important that you feel grounded. It's really important, for you guys to kind of have this energy in order to move forward, right? Not too much turbulence ahead. The main thing, again, I feel like what would be your biggest challenge with all this is just keeping open communication, not running away with your thoughts, not running away with your thoughts and expecting people to just know your truth. Like, no, you need to be a communicator and stick it through and not run away the second things get a little weird or you feel like it's getting a little wonky or whatever, because honestly, moving ahead, you guys have got some great things going on, right? You've got the energy that supports you. You've got the energy that supports forward movement in your relationship or even in terms of a new relationship. And also, again, it could be a Cancer that you are dealing with or have your eye on or whatever. Now, hopes and fears. I feel like, so whenever I get the Queen of Cups, this is like huge indicator to me where Spirit's like, okay, they need to be using their intuition more, right? Get into your intuition, dive into your intuition. She's highly intuitive. Outside of like the High Priestess, she's probably the most intuitive person in the deck. Definitely top 3, right? So whenever I get the Queen of Cups, it's more about listening to your heart rather than listening to what may make sense logically, right? And, I feel like that's something that's a little bit different for you guys. And it goes into, like, it touches on the Seven of Swords too, right? Because it's like the Seven of Swords, I feel like for you guys, these cards have so many meanings, but I feel like for you guys, it's about not running away from things when they get too tough and uncomfortable and doing it in a way where you're not having these conversations. You're just kind of leaving people out out to hang. And they're like, well, what happened to Bob or whatever, it's about being vulnerable and facing whatever it is you're facing. If there's like a little hiccup in the road or whatever, it's about you standing strong in that and using your intuition and and just really leading with love and knowing that it's going to be okay. Which, this is one of those things, when I say using your intuition, especially when we're talking about a love reading, I feel like if I were to do anybody's love reading, if this were a personal reading, if this were a general read for even another sign, the answer is always to look into your heart, to look into your intuition in terms of love. I just told, I don't know what person or what sign, I think it was maybe Scorpio, could have been Gemini. The point is, the heart and the mind, it's like they have two different functions, right? The mind is just not equipped to handle certain things that the heart is, and vice versa. So if we're talking about love and things in love and the field of love, then you're going to have to go to that loving space. Yes, don't forget logic. Yes, don't forget to check in with what feels good and feels stable and feels comfortable for you. But for you guys, because you are earth signs and this isn't necessarily natural for you, you're going to have to dig a little deeper, right? You're going to have to be vulnerable. I feel like you guys are afraid of this because I feel like you're afraid of getting hurt. I feel like right on the other side of this transition with the death card, maybe there was a bunch of bullshit that you're just like, I don't want to revisit that again. Like, I can't. I'll hurt somebody. Like I hear somebody saying like I'll hurt somebody if they do this to me, like I had this done in the past or something. But it's like the only way you're even going to get the love that you want and the connections that you want and the partnerships that you want, the respect that you want is if you're a little bit more vulnerable. And I feel like that is something that has you guys shook. But you know what? Now is the time, honey. So who's around you? We've got Two of Swords. So this could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but maybe because I am picking up this is the external energy. Maybe the person that you're dealing with is kind of at a place in their life where they feel like they're at a crossroads and not knowing exactly how they want to move forward, and that could be what in your head is kind of propelling this. Like, well, I don't want to put myself out there and be vulnerable and look stupid. You know, I'm just not going to tell them how I feel. I'm not going to tell them how I feel because just in case they don't feel the same way, I don't want to look dumb. No. Okay. I do feel like it's someone, and it doesn't have to be an air sign, but just someone who is kind of trying to weigh out their own scales, right? And kind of trying to make their own decisions. And I feel like that kind of has you a little bit nervous, right? Your mental state right now. Three of Pentacles. I feel like you really are in a place where you feel like you want to build something with someone, right? Three of Pentacles. This is, of course, your Earth energy, but it's all about like unlikely characters coming together to build something beautiful, right? And with great success. Like if they keep going the way that they're going on this journey, they're going to have great success, right? And I feel like you guys are really optimistic in one way about that. Like, okay, the next situation I get into, it's going to be the real thing because I don't have time for these games. But with this, I don't have time for these games. You're almost playing a game yourself if you're not opening up your heart and using your intuition, if you're like keeping all these thoughts and things to yourself. I hope that makes sense. So I do feel like you guys feel like you're ready and want to build something solid and stable and beautiful with someone, something that can flourish. I really feel like you guys are, but I do feel like there's still some self-doubt with the Queen of Cups being in your fierce position of not wanting to be vulnerable, and the Seven of Swords being in your position of just, trying to kind of keep your thoughts to yourself, kind of trying to sneak, just being a little bit more hidden, a little bit more covert, right? So, outcome, Page of Pentacles. Pentacles again, this is your energy. So, pages are messengers, right? Pagers, pagers, pagers. Pages are a youthful energy, right? So, in this terms, I would say it's young. So I do feel like a lot of you guys this could be something new that you're trying to figure out. But really, whatever it is, I do feel like it's something that's it's going to take its time to come in. It's not like it's coming in super fast. I feel like it's going your speed. It's earth energy. It's totally your speed. So it's something that you'll be able to kind of feel like you're up on top of. But definitely this is like a message of new great things to come. This person could be someone that you end up doing business with or someone you've met through work, because it is Pentacles and it is Page. Like this could be, there could be that work love connection, because you did get this Pentacle, you got the Three of Pentacles, you got the Ten of Pentacles. So it's quite possible that someone that you met or are going to be meeting through work. But whatever it is, I do feel like it's something that's it's not going to take off immediately. I feel like it's going to be a little bit slower, but at a pace that you can handle and at a pace that actually works out for you. Because again, I feel like you guys are coming off of going through you know, a big transformation yourself. So I feel like this person, you're like, okay, I can flow with this because they're not being too pushy. I'm not feeling strained in that way. I just think your only issue is you don't want to be vulnerable, even though this is exactly what you want, this relationship, this stability, this you building something together, this 10 of Pentacles. I mean, that's what you guys are literally trying to do, but you don't want to be vulnerable, but you have to be vulnerable. Like if we're talking about love, you have to be vulnerable if you want that good love. You know what I mean? So, separation. Again, this could be, I feel like this is really just about you guys trying to kind of separate. It's like you guys are trying to play this game. Or not game. How do I say this? It's like you guys are trying to build this newness or build this empire, this love empire, without some of the key ingredients that take to build it. Like I said, that vulnerability. Like I said, using your intuition. You want it to make sense on paper, which it will, and I feel like it does. But I feel like you need to separate a little bit, some of you, because I feel like coming off of this transition or this transformation that you guys just went through, you still have a little bit of doubt. And even though this is something you really still want, your ways of going about it may not be the best, right? It's like you guys are trying, to use your mind over heart, and you can't. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Um, I do see give your relationship a chance. So like we said, we see that you guys have got a really good foundation. If this is a new love or if this is a love you're revamping, with that Ace of Wands and that 10 of Pentacles, it's like you guys are on solid foundation. Give it a chance, but give it a full chance, being vulnerable, speaking your truth, right? Right? Not running away when things get complicated or you get rubbed the wrong way or you don't like something. This is about really giving it a chance, because I feel like, um, whoa, first of all, underneath that is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is the time. It's time. It's time. It's time. Give it a chance. It's time. New love. A new person has stirred romantic feelings. Remember, for a lot of you, I thought that there was a new somebody coming in with that Ace of Wands. Um, and I still feel like that for a number of you. But again, even if it's not a new love, I feel like this is a time where a lot of you Capricorns are right now trying to bring newness to your love relationship and like re-spark that flame, right? Keep it interesting, keep it cute. Whew. So yeah, this is your reading for the month of March, Capricorns. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in April.